Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to try to get this barn completely cleared out and get it ready to move. We have to dig out around the foundation so that they can get forks under there, and that stuff all has to be done as soon as possible. There is a massive amount of history in this barn, and I really don't want to get into all that today. I'm going to separate that into a couple videos. Today, we're really in a rush to get this barn completely cleaned out, everything off all the shelves and all the stuff disconnected, and I need to dig. We have a 4x6 in all four corners. And then I believe there's one in the center as well. I'm going to have to go back and find some of the pictures. It'll be easy enough to find out where everything is. Just dig down a little bit. Unfortunately, we have concrete right here, and I may have to bust that up to get at that center post there. But in the end, I have to get at all 6 of those posts that go down into the ground and cut them off flush with the bottom of that joist. They're going to come and put forks under this thing, lift it up, kind of get around this hydrant here, turn, and this is where it's going to go. We're going to have him dig out as close to that electrical box as he can. That wire actually runs from the boxes over there to here, and then it kind of goes straight to the corner of the shed there. That line is actually going to be moved at some point, and we may have to do it now, but we'll see on that. But otherwise, this is going to be cut back from way over there. It looks like probably all the way up into here, and the barn will go on that end. We're going to add on to it on this end, and we'll just put a little stairway going up to the platform up there. Yeah, this should be pretty interesting. We're going to hook it up to the electrical, hook it up to the water up there, and the communication lines are actually right there. You can see them. They're just wrapped around. They never connected those, but it shouldn't be much of a problem to just connect the barn to those as well. So this hitching post is going to have to go as well, but rather than dig this out, I think I'll just have him grab this with the forks and just pull it out of the ground. But the big job, and the job for today, is to get this completely emptied out. And that includes this fridge, which is completely full from Natalie's graduation party. All kinds of frou-frou drinks in there and stuff. And we got to get this antique washer out of here. We don't want to get rid of it. It's a really cool machine, but it's got to get out of here. And then we got books and all this stuff. It doesn't look like much, but we spent an entire day cleaning out the upstairs. I'll show you that later. And it looks like we got at least another day down here. And like I said, we got electricity in here that has to be disconnected. And we have water coming in on this side, but that's actually not connected. We just run a line from here to here, but all this stuff has to come off anyways, otherwise the forklift is going to run into it. I'm only going to be able to film sporadically because we're in a big rush to get this stuff done. Once this barn is moved, I'm going to be filming the entire building of the woodshop over here, but this is holding us up for now, so this has got to be done ASAP. When we moved from our last house, I went through all of my books and got rid of the vast majority of them and just saved, I think it's like 8 boxes full of them. And those were stored upstairs. 2 days ago, we moved everything from the upstairs. We spent the entire day clearing out the upstairs, and I made probably 10 trips with the gator over to room 13 and the shed, and we just got everything packed over there. This is just wrapping stuff up. But anyways, we had all of the boxes stacked up right here, and you kind of seen me moving those. When I got to the bottom, I stuck my hand in the hole, and a mouse came out right beside my hand, brushed up against me. As I was sticking my hand in, the mouse was going out. And I lifted the lid, and she had just made a nest in there right next to the books. The books have no pee or anything on them. They don't stink at all. There's no nibbles on them or anything like that. And there's 4 little pinkies in there, 4 little babies, and a bunch of black oil seed. So I just put the box over there. The babies are still in there. They're covered up in all their nesting material and kind of in the shade. I really don't want them around here, but don't want to kill them, so there they are. The mother can take them out of here and bring them somewhere else if she wants to. Okay, so I got a full load. I'm going to have to come back and get this stuff here, get my auger head. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in here. And then I got to get these 2 big monsters out of here. I'm not exactly sure how much that weighs. I can get that on the gator. But this, I think I'll just strap this onto the moving dolly and hand walk it over there. It's not that far. And then get this reset up in the shed. Okay, now for the big stuff. Like I said, I'm going to move that with the dolly, but this may be a bit more of a challenge. I'm not sure how heavy this thing is, and it's really awkward because it's on wheels and has legs like that. We actually used one exactly like this when I was a kid, and if you've never seen them in action, I'll show you how it works. You did your wash, you filled this up with a hose from your sanitary tubs. You just put the hose in there, filled it up to a certain line or something, put your soap in, blah, 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 turned it on. This is how you turned it on. And then once your wash was done, you turned on the wringer and you wrung that into one of the sanitary tubs. And then you had a stick that you kind of stirred that around to clean it off. Then this, you pulled this and this spun around in between the sanitary tubs, and then you put it into the next rinse water and did all that stuff again. Then you turned it again until this was going this way, and then you wrung your clothes out into a basket, and then from there you put them on your clothesline. They actually work very well. You get your clothes really clean, but it's a bit labor intensive. Okay, let's give this thing a try. We'll try rolling it out and see if I can pick this up and put it on the gator. This container down here is going to be our dry storage. This is where most of the stuff that's in the barn right now is going to end up. But we got to go through everything and repackage it, get it out of boxes and into clear bins and stuff like that. So I'm glad this is down here though. That was a beast to move. Now I'm going to button this up, close the doors up real nice and tight, and see if I can get that fridge moved across the street. I actually got to find a place for it across the street, then empty it, then move it, and then fill it again. And then I might be done for the day. We'll have to see what time it is. Like I said, I got to dig around the foundation and access those poles so they can be cut off as well. But I don't want to do that during the midday heat, so we'll see how much time I have left. Okay, I almost got stuff done on time. It is 12:15. I was hoping to be done by noon when it starts getting way too hot out there. Then I'll start working later on in the evening. Just wanted to show you this real quick. These are our heirloom seeds from Survival Essentials. There's a little dehumidifier in there. It's perfectly dry in there. It's got a rubber seal and it's kept in the freezer. These seeds will last, I think they say 20 years, and they're, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old. We're gonna plant these next year when we start our big vegetable garden, and I think at that time we're just gonna order a whole new set of these, maybe even a bigger set. And then once we start growing the vegetables, we're going to get seed from the stuff we grow and replenish the seed every year. Having a survival seed set like that is incredibly important these days, but most people probably know that already. And down here, all the booze that was left over from Natalie's party and a party before that, we don't drink very much, so, well, we don't drink at all unless somebody's here, so that'll just sit until somebody comes again. Okay, one last thing up in the barn that I'm gonna go get, and that's the auger head. And then the rest of that stuff the girls are gonna be cleaning out and sorting through and throwing whatever they can away and packing the other stuff up in boxes. Next thing I gotta do up there is dig out by the corners, like I said, but that's not gonna happen today. It's already way too hot, so I think I'll do that tomorrow morning. So let's go get that power head and then wrap this video up. Actually, tomorrow I'm gonna have to dig out these corners in the center for them posts. I'm gonna take off all this water stuff, probably take some of this stuff off the side as well, and hopefully I can get this access plate off and disconnect the electricity and then I have to disconnect the communications lines, and I believe that's just a case of cutting it at the ground. That stuff's all abandoned anyways. That's a DSL line that we used when we used to live in here, and I'll tell that full story. We lived in here for about a half a year while we built the house, and it was pretty interesting to say the least. Okay, this is the last thing. Oh no, I gotta take that as well. And this chair. Looks like I have another full load. Got a little bobble chicken here. Got a little chip out of it. It's like porcelain. This thing is really nice. I'll glue that back on. Okay, this is the last of the big stuff. This we're gonna set up for like a tool shed right over there somewhere. When we build the big shop here, we're gonna put the chop saw and probably all the hand tools in there at night so they don't get wet until we have a roof over the shed and can put the stuff in there. So that's it for this, for me. The women folk are gonna get in here, clean the rest of this out, and sort through it and stuff. My next job will be digging out the side, getting that plumbing off, and this, that, and the other thing. And she should be ready to move. We also have to go over there and lay out exactly where it's going to be moved, because he has to move a lot of dirt to get this in there. Should be pretty interesting. Hopefully I can videotape the move and he doesn't mind, because that's going to be pretty awesome. Alright, so if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.